There's no smoke without fire, they say. Dan Ashworth, Paul Mitchell, Jean-Claude Blanc. How close is Sir Jim Radcliffe to taking over Manchester United? Updates on all four of them topics, i.e. Sir Jim Radcliffe, Paul Mitchell, Dan Ashworth and Jean-Claude Blanc. Manchester United looking in the right direction, it could be. If it even is a story, it may be false. It may just be the media building things up again, using United's name to actually fill pages. It doesn't matter. We need to be talking about this because this is where United needs to be going and the direction this club needs to be going in. Hello everyone, welcome back to Forever United TV. I'm Adam, welcome along to this evening's live show everybody. And remember, on this show we tickle the like button. We don't just smash it, we tickle it. That's a new thing that came out today that seemed to work quite well. And people have already started to elaborate on the tickle bit, so steady on. It's way under the watershed time, people, so let's just keep it PG, shall we? Hello everyone, by the way, welcome along to tonight's show. Yes, and don't forget to just like the video, tickle it if you want, smash your keypad, hit your tablet, whatever you're watching on. But yes, Manchester United, no transfers this January transfer window. Update from Simon Stone from the fan forum today as well. Or are we going back to the Igalo and Wout Weghorst situations, the desperate situations when January comes around for Manchester United? Word from the club is that we again don't see January as the right opportune time to actually go out into the transfer market and buy players. You got no money and you can't afford anyone. Say it as it is. I think we'd all appreciate it a lot more because we're not stupid. We know what's going on right now. We're skint, and Manchester United are looking at emergency loans. We'll talk about them. We'll get your opinions. Maybe some of you guys actually think there is a loanee out there that might help Manchester United in January. Take the pressure off Højlund, because Martial's not going to do it, is he? So, yeah, there may be someone out there that you might think, yeah, it's worth a punt just to see us through again. I mean, did Sabitzer and Weghorst do a job last season? Yeah, maybe not, move on. Sabitzer anyway, but yeah, we like Wout, didn't we? We did sort of take him under our wings and accept him as a United player. We willed the ball in the back of the net for him. I think the last player to actually, I wanted to score a goal more than Wout Weghorst was probably Diego Forlan. Back way when, man, I just praying that guy scored a goal. Are we actually getting to a stage now, though, where Højlund's in that category? I could go on and on and on. Let's get back down to the nitty-gritty and what is actually happening right now. So this afternoon, the Mail, the MEN are talking about this as well. ESPN also about Manchester United's recruitment off the pitch and the people in power that are going to take this club forward. What we've been talking about every single day, probably, in every stream. We always veer off into this conversation on why the managers are all failing at United and what Ten Hag needs, or such, what he needs behind him to actually get the job done and get it done right and bring United back to that top table. I look at it and I go, Dan Ashworth, first of all, say it, honestly, get it done. If it can be done, get it done. If Newcastle are looking at other options for their sporting director, fantastic. Get onto that straight away, United, because we need someone like him, that experience and the jobs that he's done in the Premier League especially. We need someone like that in this football club. But there's also news in that we could also be getting a new CEO in Jean-Claude Blanc. And we all know and we've all talked about exactly what he's bringing in terms of football and experience working at top clubs. Juventus, PSG, what he's done for both of them clubs and what he's overseen in them periods while being there. And if you don't know, ask me. Let me know. I'll answer gladly. If you didn't already know, I'm taking it for granted, am I, a little bit, that you actually know all of this stuff because you're just absolute purist in Manchester United fan base on this channel, because that's what we are, aren't we? We're the real fans on this one. By the way, Little United, what's wrong with you, mate? You're being very, very sour and bitter at the moment. I miss the positivity from you. I think we need that back. You need to get back on the train and just get supporting again. We have to try and think positive. I know you're not liking the situation, but none of us are. But we want our Little United confident, sort of positive vibe back again. Get back on it. Good to see you back in the chat, my friend. I've seen you in there already, having a few words with people. So let's try and keep it positive, my man. Good to see Eamon back in there as well. A few other people in the chat as well tonight. Good stuff. Good to have you all along. Back to Dan Ashworth, Jean-Claude Blanc, and then obviously Paul Mitchell. So there is a possibility that United may even expand their team of running football operations. While under Sir Jim Radcliffe, you could have Sir Jim Radcliffe and Sir David Brailsford on the board making key decisions. They will be alongside Joe Glazer. I know, for all you negative people out there. Yes, the Glazers are still at the football club and they will still have final say on a lot of things. But the football operations side of things, when Sir Jim Radcliffe takes over, is a different entity on its own. The Glazers want him there to make these decisions because ultimately he's the one that's going to make them the money now that they cannot make in Manchester United. So that's why these people are coming in. I mean, they may not come in, and this may be all spiel, like I said, but this is the conversation that we should be having and talking about because this is doable. Manchester United are in a position right now. If we're looking to change everything, Arnold's gone. We've got an interim CEO. Changes are coming. We're going to have someone in that position. Jean-Claude Blanc, available. Paul Mitchell, available. Dan Ashworth, willing. Get it done, get it done, get it done. If you've got them three in position at Manchester United, going forward, so Ten Hag's role at Manchester United becomes one of get the best out of these players. He's not managing below. He's not managing above like he is now because he is doing that, and it's not fair. We're judging him simply on a whole role. Manchester United, I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson never took a training session in his life. This was a different type of manager. He had people in position and in power doing things that suited him and how he wanted. He knew the team he wanted around him. Manchester United now is a change coming, obviously, because the manager isn't going to be the most important person. It's going to be more of a coaching role. And if you've got a Dan Ashworth, if you've got a Paul Mitchell, a Jean-Claude Blanc, these are all people that are used to working in big clubs with big players, different types of budgets, and have got the best out of all of them teams, them clubs, well-being in situ. So for me, that behind Ten Hag takes care of the youth system, the director of football side of things, CEO, everything like that. He's just told what's coming his way. After a conversation has been had about what he likes and the type of football that the club want to play, and then a group of players are brought in that he can then actually look at and go, let's go with this one instead of that one. Let's go with this. That's how it's going to be. That's music to everyone's ears. That's what we should be talking about. Still reluctant to believe any PR about United, says Ginger Bish. Cheers for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, I know. This is it. It's like I said at the start of the show. Manchester United and any news that comes out, you're taking it with a pinch of salt, aren't you? You really are. Every time United news comes out, you're not believing it truly. I do believe that certain things happen at the football club when that news breaks, but there are certain things. The positive stuff you have to sort of look at and go, yeah, I'll give that one a little bit of time to simmer and see if that is actually true. I mean, this all could be. But what you have to look at are the facts. And them three names, would they improve Manchester United running as a football club? Football being the key word there. Not a commercial sporting enterprise, which it has been worked as under the Glazers' sole ownership. This is a different ownership model now. Them three are all available. Yes. Jean-Claude Blanc already works for Ineos. So David Brailsford we know already. He's second-hand man to Sir Jim Radcliffe. Paul Mitchell has got workings with the same teams before, as what Sir David Brailsford, Sir Jim Radcliffe has been involved in the same areas, same leagues, knows what's going on. English, yes, I know there's that English contingent again, and I know it riles people when we bring it up, but are we looking at people here that know the Premier League inside and out? And that's what this club needs. For me, them three, they're your top of the tree. Right there, you're already thinking, right, even if we have a bad run in the league or it's not going too well, there is a plan behind the scenes and it will get better. That's what that brings to this football club. That's what it does bring to this football club. And that's what's important in all of this. We need to know that there is that structure behind the scenes, even when you're going through a tough time. Because there will be some. Nothing's going to be fixed overnight. We know this. But Dan Ashworth, you could say best in class, definitely up there. Paul Mitchell alongside it. But what United are actually talking about is possibly talking about. I'm not going to say this is a definite, but this is where we should be talking. And this is the lines that we should be going down. You're looking at Jean-Claude Blanc as a CEO. That role is available. He's already running sporting operations at Ineos. Simple. Get him in. He's worked at big clubs before and has done a great job. In you go. Paul Mitchell, then head of recruitment, is what we're hearing, or what's been said. And director of football, sporting director, however you want to call it, Dan Ashworth. So, director of football, sporting director, that isn't just about finding players. Sporting directors have a bigger role at football clubs. Sporting directors actually find clubs that we send our young players out on loan to that actually suit a similar style of football to what you're playing. It's not willy-nilly. Oh, they sound all right. Send him to them. They're not even playing the same style of football as what you are. So when that player goes away and starts learning his trade there, he comes back, he's bleeding useless because the manager doesn't use him. This is what a sporting director does. It also figures out transfer negotiations. It works out buyback clauses, sell-on clauses. They work out a lot of things. The infrastructure of the youth team, working alongside the academy, things like this. This is what's important. And as well as scouting, recruiting, and working alongside the likes of Paul Mitchell, who will be in that recruitment area of Manchester United, that is what that role is, and that's why it is so important. It's massively important. I mean, some people were talking about Dan Ashworth, and straight away you can see how it's easy to look at someone and say, yeah, he's better than what we've got. He brought Tonali into Newcastle United. Anyone could have brought Tonali in. He was like the wonder boy of AC Milan and Serie A. So it was a no-brainer, that one, wasn't it? You're not giving anyone credit for that. But the likes of Paul Mitchell, when he's finding Dele Alli, when he's bringing in Son from Spurs. I can't remember. I'm getting his name mixed up with Kim Min-jae now. I was going to say Son Min-jae then. Son Min-yon. Is that how you say it? That sounds like something on the menu, that. I'm not saying that right, am I? I've got that wrong totally. Son from Spurs. Yeah. Heung-min Son. That's the one. Jesus, Adam. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah. That player. Yeah. Paul Mitchell. Van Dijk, he was already doing bits at Celtic, wasn't he? But, you know, these are people that actually want to go out and find these hidden gems. They're not your Ed Woodwards of the world who just look at the big names. Oh, God, can you imagine bringing him? There's a headline straight away. Forget what the manager wants and, like, what system he wants to play. Yes, there you go. That's what we want. We want that big shirt seller. Zlatan, not slagging him off, brilliant player, great career. Pogba, these sorts of players, the Falcao, the Di Maria. No, that's not what this club is going to be able to afford anymore because we went down that road in the first place. So, yeah, I feel like the setup that we've got right now, and that changing to one of, like the Dan Ashworth, Paul Mitchell and Jean-Claude Blanc, that is exactly the way Manchester United need to be going forward. In terms of if it will happen or not, and it's a big if still. I'm not saying this is a definite. You look at what Rob Dawson from ESPN is saying. Sir Jim Radcliffe has everything in place. It's just a case of signing everything over and getting everything signed, sealed, delivered, confirmed with the Premier League. It is all put in place. It is there ready to go. So that's where we're at with that. And obviously, we can start making moves then behind the scenes, or Sir Jim Radcliffe can, bringing these people in. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll get into the chat now and just see what you guys are saying in terms of the names that we're talking about. Dan Ashworth is useless anyway. So there's a good start anyway from Stefan. Thank you very much, mate. Loving the positivity. I would bring back Ralph Rangnick, but won't happen, says Leo. Ralph, we love Ralph, don't we? Wreck-It Ralph. Colin, how you doing, Colin? Good to see you back in the chat. How's the Liverpool side of things going, mate? I heard you said before they're all still a little bit knocked off, shall we say, with what happened at weekend. When Sir Jim arrives, he has 3 objectives, and they mean success. Well put. There's a Liverpool fan talking with experience. Can we really take him from Newcastle, though? Yes, we can, because Newcastle are looking into Bournemouth's sporting director by all accounts. He is open to a move. This does happen a lot with sporting directors. They move around quite a lot. Erica, thanks for using them brilliant badges. The FUTV badges are the best, aren't they, guys? They really are. Glazer's life will end miserably, like the way they did, that they did to Manchester United. Thanks for that one, Yahoozy, sorry. Fletch says, unlimited budget at Newcastle and control versus Shoestring budget and the Glazers. That means that they actually have to work their magic. And I'd rather have people in with the imagination and actual know-how and contacts to actually make that work. That's what Manchester United need. We need people that can think outside the box. I don't think it necessarily is an unlimited budget at Newcastle. You've seen how they've spent. You've seen how financial fair play has got a grip of that club, even with the billions behind them with the Saudis. So, yeah, I look at it and go, still, I'd rather have someone like Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell in charge rather than Murto and Richard Arnold. Unless you're Jose, of course. Check out that video from yesterday, by the way. Interesting words from Jose. I see a few other people have now actually been doing that video today. A little behind the times, eh? Stephanie says, media mischief making is the real annoyance for us fans. Always will be as a United fan, Stephanie. Always will be. 100% they would improve the club, and it's also exactly what Ten Hag needs behind him. Steve Nolan. Well said, Steve. I agree totally, mate. Eamon Potts, please answer. Why does Erik Ten Hag persist on playing a right-footed winger on the left wing and a left-footed player on the right wing? Them cutting inside on their stronger foot narrows our attack, affecting RH Rasmus Højlund, must be, yes. I think it was Rennie Mullenstein who was talking about this exact topic, Eamon, actually, the other day. I was listening to it on the radio in his interview. I think it was TalkSport when he was saying that because of the likes of Garnacho and Anthony, as you're alluding to, I think, Eamon, cutting in all the time, shooting, because they're on the wrong foot out wide and not going to the byline and putting crosses into a player that can head a ball, Rasmus Højlund's output is going to be less, and we're now seeing why, because he isn't getting the service. No, he's not getting the service, and it ain't good enough. I would love to see Anthony on the left. I think it would force him down the line and to cross the ball. Rashford has been forced out to the right because of Garnacho, although I do feel there is a feeling now that Marcus Rashford is going to come back and take the left spot back. I feel like that under par performance from Garnacho at Liverpool has given Erik Ten Hag, and this is what I don't like about Ten Hag, it's given Ten Hag the opportunity to bring Marcus Rashford back in, because Garnacho didn't quite cut it against Liverpool. He had a tough game against Trent and it didn't work out for him. I just hope he doesn't do it. I'd love to see Garnacho starting against West Ham this weekend. I really would, because Marcus, I still don't believe has warranted a spot in this team yet. So yeah, in terms of that, Eamon, I hope that answers it. I do agree. Round peg in the round hole. Put him out wide. We may get more from Rasmus Højlund. It's not fair to judge him when he's feeding off scraps. Although he did need to put that chance away against Liverpool. They're the moments that people are going to look at. They're the moments where you have to go, you have to score that. That's what a 60 million striker at Manchester United needs to be doing. Would Martial have put it away? Maybe. Greenwood, Rashford, anyone else in the top six? Probably yes. That was that moment. That's the big moments, and that's what he didn't do. These appointments will give the club footballing direction, which is urgently required if we want to move forward. Yes, it would, Anthony, which is why I want to talk about it, because, yeah, it may be a story made up, but it can be a realistic story. I don't think it's made up. I think there is genuine interest in these sorts of characters, and obviously we know that Sir Jim Radcliffe's coming in the sporting aspects. All of these have form in that area, and I feel are a must for Manchester United. All up there, all available, and the best that there is, or amongst the best that there is, definitely. He won't ever say the bloke's a joke. I'm not sure what that's about, Dave. Sorry, mate, if I've misread that. Alien is in the chat. Make sure you get liking the video, everybody. We're already on our way to 100 likes. Thank you very much for everyone joining us on the stream. It's over 300 in the room right now, so give the video a like. Tickle the like button, as we say. And let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get to that 100 before the 25-minute mark. That would be good. Spot on, Adam. Thank you. Been saying this all season. If we're seeing it, why aren't the coaches? Why aren't the coaching team seeing it? I know, Eamon. I know. It mind boggles, doesn't it? Mind boggles. No coincidence. Our best performance of the season was when Ten Hag was sat in the stands as well. Remember when Sir Alex Ferguson used to do that for a half? First half, scope out what was going on the pitch. Second half, down to the byline, sorting things out. Good old days, eh? Good old days. Very exciting. Would love Ralph back, says Daniel. Yeah, it would be good. That would be very good. Kane would have put that chance away. And no, I'm not letting it go, says Leo. You don't have to let it go, mate. This channel is all about your opinion as well. Welcome to the chat, Mark LFC. How are you feeling, Mark, after the weekend? Have you calmed down? No, Craig still got the anger bug about him, hasn't he, about what happened at weekend. Not happy with a few Liverpool players either. Sim, Highland, you can't judge him on scraps, fair enough, but clear-cut chances you can. True, very true, Sim. Like I just said then, and a few other people in the chat are also saying. Not confident Rashford would not score from that angle that Highland had. He doesn't place his shots like the top-level players. He is more of a smasher. A smasher. I like that one. He does like to smash the bleeding ball, doesn't he, Rashford? A lot of the time it's been over the bleeding top, though. Alejandro Januzaj needs to learn how to pass. Alejandro Januzaj, alien? Remember Adnan Januzaj? God, we thought he was the absolute taters when he came through, didn't we? We thought he was the new age wonder kid coming through the ranks of Manchester United. Boy, did we get that one wrong. Did we absolutely get that one wrong? Well, yeah, let's hope Garnacho doesn't go down that road. Mainu, too, looks very, very good. 7 away from 100 likes, guys. Everyone in the chat, give the video a like. Let's get that 100 up. And we have hit our target with about, 3 minutes to spare if we get that done in the next 30 seconds. People believing that Jim is getting 25%. Well, he is getting 25%, Jake. Whether or not that's 25% say and power, he's getting 25%. You can't ignore that. That's what it is, because the Glazers have accepted it and have taken the money. So, I don't know where you're going with that one. What do you mean in terms of, like, rights, voting rights and stuff like that? Is it a bit more deep? But, effectively, he is going to get 25%. Christine Duffy, Bonga Freshell have his question still waiting on an answer. Of course, up to Adam. If he doesn't want to say anything, his channel is good, so it's a win for him. I don't know where is that question. It must be regarding me leaving the United stand, because everyone wants to know about that shit, don't they? Brian Power, I would look to replacing the goalkeeper coach brought into the club by Ole. He has not got a top flight experience. Both De Gea and Onana would have been better with a stricter coach, in my honest opinion. Very true. Over 100 likes. Cheers for that, guys. Brilliant stuff as always. Smash that one today on the stream. Great stuff, guys. Don't forget to share the video as well. Sharing is caring on this channel. Moving across to the desperation factor, I call it, and I want to talk about what was said today in the fan forum, where Simon Stone has been reporting on this one from the BBC, that Manchester United don't see any January transfer incomings. No signings in January. Colette Roach, the operating manager from the fan forum meeting, has said it's not the best time for Manchester United. As always, we always say January is not the most opportune time to be bringing players in. No shit, Sherlock. We know this already. Just admit that you haven't got money to bring players in. But does this mean that Manchester United now go down the road of the emergency loan package? I call it an emergency loan because it is like a cry for help, isn't it? It's like, is anybody out there? We spent all our budget this summer on players that are not doing what we need them to do. We need someone else, but we don't want to pay any money. Is there anyone out there right now? Well, no, there isn't. And yeah, we're in trouble, especially if we get an injury to someone in that forward line, a la Rasmus Højlund, who does have a chronic back issue. So very, 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 very worrying for Manchester United going forward if we do start picking up injuries as well. I feel like we have got an emergency. It's not an emergency loan. I keep calling it an emergency loan. You know what I mean by it. It's like a desperation Manchester United loan. even worse sounding, to be honest, that, isn't it? But I feel like we will be looking in the loan market again in January. We need probably cover in that striker area. Like I said in this morning's video regarding the amount of games we've got now, nowhere near like close to the 70 that we had last season. I think it was, what was it, about one away from a record for a Manchester United season in terms of number of games. I think it was 62, 63 or something like that. We're not going to get anywhere near that this year simply because we're out of 2 competitions already. And luckily, we don't have the squad to compete in all of them competitions, and now we can concentrate on actually maybe making the top 4, 5, maybe. Joe Bellingham, young talent, we need to bring it in. UK strains, that was going to be my next one. In terms of Manchester United recruitment, we are looking, and we have got scouts out looking at Bellingham. Yes, if you just tuned in and heard me say that, you're probably thinking, what, really? He's already gone to Madrid, Adam, what are you talking about? No, it's Jobe Bellingham. And Manchester United have got scouts looking at him. Again, this all comes down to the recruitment side of things. We couldn't get Jude Bellingham over the line, even though we had him at Carrington looking around. And when a player comes to Carrington, it usually means one thing, or it did do back in the day, and that was Manchester United are making a new signing. These days, it's like, actually, like Charlie Savage said, Reading's bleeding training ground is just as good as Manchester United's. Supposed to be top tier. One of the biggest clubs in the world. Shit training ground. It's not shit, but it has fallen down the pecking order. If you can't attract a player in when you've actually got him in your ground or in your training area, then there's something severely wrong. He doesn't like the people he's talking to, or he looks around and goes, this isn't actually that good. I don't fancy it. But yeah, people like Joe Bellingham, I mean, this becomes also much easier when you've got well-recognised people in certain roles at the football club, like we've discussed at the start of this video. Mitchell, Ashworth, Jean-Claude Blanc, people like this who are just hell-bent on getting the best football results out of a football club rather than the commercial side of things, then that happens. It makes these players want to come. They've got that reputation. You've been brought in by Dan Ashworth and scouted and brought in by the recruitment side of Paul Mitchell under this new ownership model of Manchester United, and this is the start of a new era. You want to be part of that as a player. You want to be part of that as someone looking to make their next move in their career. And that's what's important in this. It's actually having them people in. It's like if you go, oh, it's Murto, it's Arnold, Richard Arnold. Players are looking at that. Who are they? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I understand they're experienced in Manchester United, especially Arnold, but it's in a different department altogether. So when you're looking at a football club and you see these sorts of characters up there and they're the ones working away, then it sort of encourages you a little bit more, doesn't it? So yeah, there is also in terms of, there was a rumour going out today about Icardi from Galatasaray. Another loanee signing coming into Manchester United. No, thank you. Again, I mean, actually, you guys actually let me know. Is there any loanee player out there that you think Manchester United can get their hands on? Who would you go and take a chance at? I look at it and I go, I'm struggling, really, because the players that I want are not going to get released by the clubs. Is there any sort of statos out there in the chat tonight? Anyone who might think there's someone out there that Manchester United could go get this January, get them on loan, try them out? Welcome to the members club, Siegfried. I think I've said that right. Siegfried Van Cotter. Brilliant stuff. Absolute legend. Welcome, my friend. If you guys did want to join the membership set up here on FUTV, there is the join button right there at the bottom of this video under the screen. I'll jump into the description of this video and the link is there. Just click on that and select your options there. We are counting down to the shirt giveaway for all members as well. And there is more new member stuff coming towards the back end of this year, actually maybe into the new year as well. Special stuff for members only as well. So if you did want to be part of the team, then there are your links. There is your button right there under the screen. Go for it. Fill your boots, as they say, and become an automatic legend of Forever United TV. Good stuff, good stuff. Olivier Giroud would be perfect for you, says Mr. Ipswich Town. How many clubs has that man had? No. We can't be taking Giroud. No way. Lewandowski. Yeah, Leo. I'm glad you put that emoji right next to that as well. Darwin would be for sale. Any takers? Says Colin. I like that one, Colin. Still order. Adidas, Paul Smith. Recent sponsorship deals too. Would they do these deals if the Glazers were staying? Possibly not. Evening to Cars as well. Hello. How's the painting going? Hope it's going well. No extra for the pink boots, says Colin. Cheers for that. Hello, David. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Come on, realistic loanees. Who've we got? Come on, I'm testing you tonight. Have we got anyone out there that you think United could get a piece of or actually do something for us in January? Icardi has been mentioned. Any other strikers out there that are going to help us going forward? I mean, to be honest, in terms of loanees in positions, I would say the forward area is the only one that we really need someone in, because we get Ericsson back. He's supposed to be back for West Ham this weekend, or available. Mount's going to be back in the new year. Obviously, there's two midfielders back. Bruno's back from suspension. Kobe Mainoo's now part of the squad. Casemiro's back from injury as well very soon. So we have plenty of options in midfield, and with not as many games, I think we can handle that area. Same in defence, with Martinez coming back in the new year. Obviously, now Lindelof is back as well. We've got Shaw fit. Wan-Bissaka's fit. Dalot obviously suspended now, but also fit. So, yeah, we've got plenty in all these areas. Yeah, we need to improve, but honestly, right now for this season, I don't see us bringing anyone in who's going to improve us in them areas for what we've already got. We need to be really scouting out a player in the summer and bringing in the right type of player in the summer rather than emergency January signings. Excuse me. So I look at it and I go, definitely a forward. We definitely need a forward. Someone to help out, maybe score a few goals. Our forward output for goals this season has been absolutely diabolical. It's been shocking. But yeah, anyone who can come in and help along them lines would be much appreciated by all at Manchester United. And yes, I feel like we would benefit from giving a little bit more support to Rasmus Højlund. Someone was saying in the chat earlier on this morning that we actually could do with playing at the old school 4-4-2, less rigid 4-4-2, but maybe a partner for Rasmus Højlund would help as well. Not Timo Werner, please, says Stephanie. I don't mind Timo Werner coming in, but he's not coming in for goals, is he? If you get him cheap, he's going to work, he's going to do a job. I'd rather have Timo Werner on the right-hand side than Antony. Or would I? I don't know, actually. It's a weird one, that. You want players that... Benzema, yeah. Go get him back from Saudi. Give Benzema a few games. That would be nice. Mads Warning, come on. Just making them serve this striker before not serving the next. It can be changed. I mean, like I said before, this rolls into the conversation on the subject of Ten Hag now, the coach, because he needs to be able to get the best out of these players now, and he's got the time to do it. So, can he actually change things up? Are we going to see different players starting games now all of a sudden? This is what I want to see. Adam, I have a question. Who's paying the transfers, Glazer or Sir Jim? Well, Sir Jim can, and the Glazers can't. So it'd be Manchester United, and whatever we gather from our revenues. Let's be honest, all the Glazers have done is use United money. Sir Jim Radcliffe believes that Manchester United is one of the sustainable football clubs in England, and again, he's not going to be going into his pockets. He's going to be wanting Manchester United to actually pay for these players. So his whole setup is recruiting players that the club can afford and building them players up. Proper scouting. Daz Salford 69 says, Tony would fit at United. Would fit United shirt perfect and get Cole Palmer too. Come on, mate. You know that's not going to happen, Daz. Seriously now. We ain't got the money for Tony, and Cole Palmer's a City player and he's already at Chelsea. Crazy, man. Crazy. Zane has appeared in the chat. So Arsenal doing well? I think Zane needs to be actually thanking us. for actually helping him get top of the league, don't they? Hello, Zane. Hope you well, my friend. You get very not. We are getting Tony. Why did you spend 70 million on Highland? Lukaku was better. Rice signing of the season, son. He has been a good signing. I've said this to you before, though, Zane, so you can't come back at me with the same one again. But cheers for the super chat. Loving it, mate. Thank you very much. Vlahovic he's on the transfer list. Leo Vlahovic, yes. I think he's been rumoured to be on Arsenal's list also as well. So that would be an interesting one. Very interesting one. It would be so United to sign Joe Bellingham, as in Job instead of Jude. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. What's on everyone's wish list for Christmas? Alien, you can't answer. Yeah, no, don't tease him in, Kaz. Don't. City only winning right now because of an own goal. I've not even bothered watching. I can't be arsed watching City, to be honest. I don't really like watching City when they're in the Premier League. When they're in the World Club Cup and it really doesn't affect anything, can't be arsed, I'm not going to lie. I just hope that they fall right behind in the league while they're out there. The Premier League has voted to ban fully leveraged takeovers of its clubs. Teams in the top division of English football have unanimously agreed this week to amend the owners and directors. I think that's fair enough. I think that needs to happen. Leveraged pretty much exactly what the Glazers did, but it's too late. Everything happens and the rules all change when it's too late for Manchester United. It really is. It's so annoying, but that's just the way it is. It really is. We're too late down there. I think the Glazers have got their old grandfather rights now as well. Teams in the top division of English football have... Yeah, sorry, I've just read that one. I know. Why has that come up again? Rice is signing of the season. Arsenal will still bottle the league, though. Yes, Steve. I like that one. Good comeback. Personal question to you, Adam. Are you writing off this season? No, I never write off a season. Manchester United can still make top 4, top 5 with that extra place for the Champions League this season. We can. We're not a million miles away. And all we've got now to concentrate on is the Premier League, which is why I keep saying it's important now that everyone does throw their eyes over Ten Hag and actually start judging him properly, because he will have time to now work with his team. Mehdi Taremi would be a good January pickup. Sales to AC Milan fell through in the summer, and his contract ends in June. Decent senior striker. I actually scouted Taremi last summer. Actually, I thought he was a good option for Manchester United as a make weight. But I didn't realise that we were so skint, and I wasn't believing that we didn't have any money to spend. But in the end, it came through, and it was a bit of a disaster show, wasn't it? Palmer's from Wivenshaw and supports United. He's not going to leave Chelsea, though, is he? He's their best player. Come on, Jake. We need more. We need better. Bring it to me. I want more. But yeah, I think the positive stuff is made from the conversation that we're having regarding the possibility of getting these people in place. Like I said, I keep saying if and when with Sir Jim Radcliffe, we know from what people are saying that it's going to happen. If it doesn't, then it is an embarrassment for him and would shock everyone, and we all give up then, because that means we are stuck with what we've got right now, which is too much debt, which is no money to spend in any transfer window, no hope at all of the stadium being fixed or the training ground, and obviously no one else willing to come in and invest in Manchester United. Simple. So Jim better get his arse in gear and get this done and dusted to actually try and salvage something from this season, or not from this season, but salvage something in Manchester United, because we're going absolutely nowhere unless that investment comes in. And we have a different direction. I mean, we could obviously approach the people I'm talking about now without Sir Jim Radcliffe coming in, but they're all just going to be puppets and pawns to the Glazers again, aren't they? Keep last chance ditch Anana. Excuse me. They were asking that in the overlap. Keep last chance or ditch on Anana. I mean, I thought he had a decent game at Liverpool. He's had some good games as well this season. I mean, everyone picks out the shockers, as you always do. No one looks at good reviews. You always look for the bad ones, don't you? It's just natural and human to actually look for the bad instead of the good. But for me, Onana still, he's sort of convincing me that we're going back. I do believe he single-handedly lost us the Champions League. We went out because of him and his blunders. But he is, what's her name? He is improving. And for me, I think he does need a bit more time. So if I were answering that one, I would say definitely keep. And let's see what he's got. We are going to see Bayindir soon because we've got AFCON coming up. And we are going to lose him for about a month. So that's going to be interesting to see if Bayindir performs. He is looking like Turkey's number one right now as well. And if he gets a taste of first-team football, you never know. You never know. Onana may be finding himself sat on the bench as well when he comes back. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that one pans out. So, yes, I do believe that Onana needs more time. Stop putting the man flu on. I'm not moaning about it. It's all you guys actually moaning about it in the chat, Alien. Thanks for giving me £2 though to go and get a little tub of Calpol while I'm at it. Yeah, I'll go get some ibuprofen as well and get the little squirty thing. Put that in it. Bring in Bayindir, says Paul. We should have signed Dybala. He had 10 million release clause. I didn't want Dybala. I didn't. He's done, finished for me. I think he's a player, again, that rolls into the category of past it, done it, and isn't going to be any better. 150 likes in the bag. Cheers for that, guys. Absolutely brilliant, as always. That pretty much sums up tonight's show. There's not much to talk about with United not playing in the week. Obviously, there's big games tonight in the Carabao Cup, which we're out of. But, yeah, Manchester United could possibly have 3 new faces in above Ten Hag. Jean-Claude Blanc, Paul Mitchell and Dan Ashworth. That would be very nice. We will see. We'll see as it goes. I will bring you everything as it comes. I'll bring you all the news, all the updates on everything here on FUTV. Once again, just want to say thank you for everyone tuning in. The morning show today and this evening, sorry. We are doing the 2 shows a day. We'll bring it. We're changing up the content as we go along. It's good stuff. It's great to have you on board. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the break. Hopefully Manchester United don't ruin Christmas. I just looked at that and I went, 23rd of December, that West Ham game. You don't want to be going into the Christmas weekend with that hanging over your head and a bad result there. This is Ten Hag time. This is Ten Hag time right now. But yeah, guys, cheers for watching. Brilliant stuff as always. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the football. Let's see who can prevail in that Chelsea-Newcastle game. I think that's the pick of the ties anyway so far. So, yes, Adam breaking, Ineos will look to bring both Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell as the main 2 leaders of Manchester United's recruitment department. I think I just said that one, UK Strains, but thank you for reminding me. That was the top of the show. I am Adam, and this is Forever United TV. Cheers for tuning in, everybody. Have a great evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Not bright and early, but the usual time, around 11:30, guys. That's English time, by the way. Set your clocks. Like, share and subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. Cheers, everyone. Have a great night.